Well, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we are going to be doing the South Node Ketu in the sign of Capricorn. And what happens when the South Node Ketu is in the sign of Capricorn in your horoscope, meaning your birth horoscope. Not transit, not your monthly horoscope, but your birth horoscope. Because I know a lot of you start to comment and question that, hey, the South Node is in Taurus, it's not in Capricorn. No, this is your birth position, okay? So what is the sign of Capricorn? Sign of Capricorn represents status. It represents trying to climb the ladder of success and ladder of status, like going from a security guard in a company to an executive, so you're climbing that ladder. So it's very much like status oriented. Capricorn represents discipline, hard work, organization skills, and putting structure into what you're doing. Why? Because in order to climb the status, in order to climb the ladder of status, you have to have all these things. And this is why this sign is controlled by Saturn, who is a natural significator of all the qualities that I just told you. Okay, this is not really his home like Aquarius, but this is like his vacation home, but this is where Saturn comes to work. This is where the sign of Capricorn becomes a sign of workaholicism. This is a sign of leadership. Because it's the original 10th house sign. The original, like starting from Aries being the house 1, Capricorn is at 10th house, the very brightest, point in the sky where the sun is during noontime. Okay, so then you bring Ketu here. Ketu is the south node of the moon, which represents spirituality, which represents meditation, which represents letting go of the ego and this material world, which is letting go of, everything that we are here to strive. That's what Ketu is. Ketu makes you beg for things. Ketu makes you starve for wherever he's sitting. Okay? Especially the house, more than the sign. And Ketu are the things that you have mastered in this life. I mean, not in this life. You have mastered in your previous life. So in this life, you only go towards Ketu to fall back on those things. Because it represents your previous life. Because in this life, you're here to achieve what Rahu, wherever Rahu is placed, okay? So when Ketu comes into the sign, it actually does not represent somebody who doesn't take care of responsibility, doesn't want structure, doesn't want organization skills. No, this person has very natural leadership qualities. They have very natural skills to uplift people and be organized about projects, be very on schedule about projects, be organized and put structure into things. There's a natural inclination towards that. But what Ketu does here, okay, he lets go of the ego of wanting to be the best. He lets go of the ego wanting to be a leader. Okay, so here's a good example. Like, let's say Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, I'm not saying he has Ketu in Capricorn, but what I'm saying is that Mahatma Gandhi, his passion was to get India free. His passion was to have everybody, follow this natural Indian culture and status and not be, be subservient to the England type of culture. But naturally, because of his work ethics, because of his drive to free India, he became a leader. He didn't want that. He didn't go out there and say, well, I'm going to be this leader of Indian people are going to look up to me for, eons to come. No. He simply wanted something better to come out of his situation, his hard work. That's what Ketu does in Capricorn. These people naturally want to win. These people naturally want to put structure and organization into their environment, but doing so, they become leaders. However, here's the sensitive point of Ketu. If Ketu is in the 10th house in the sign of Capricorn, then Ketu will need help of Saturn or Mars. Ketu, especially Saturn. Ketu is going to need help of Saturn in order to give good results in this placement. Because Ketu represents sudden transformative change because it's a core ruler of Scorpio, the karmic core ruler. So what happens is if Ketu is in the 10th house in the sign of Capricorn without any aspect or conjunction from the 10th, from Saturn or Mars, okay, the ascendant lord, then what happens is Ketu will bring these sudden ups and downs and traumatizing status in your in your life. Traumatizing reputation, meaning that you went into suddenly so stupid that your entire reputation is gone. But if Saturn is in conjunction, if Mars aspect or Saturn aspects Ketu, it keeps Ketu in control. So then there's this natural skill for leadership, and at the same time, you have the drive for the leadership. Like if Ketu doesn't receive any aspect or conjunction in Capricorn, these guys will be those introverted leaders. They have that introverted leadership quality, meaning that they want to do their work, but when it comes to shine and take their prize and announce to people, hey, I'm the one to do it, they don't want to do it. They want to subdue from that limelight, and Ketu bring, especially in his Antardasha or Mahadasha, will bring sudden chaotic ups and downs, meaning that you suddenly lose your job, you suddenly get demoted, you suddenly are fired. Because Ketu wants to make you struggle and wants to make you aware of your spiritual side in his time period. But if Saturn is there, or if Mars is looking at Ketu in Capricorn in the 10th house, then what's happening is forming a Raj Yoga. So then Ketu, instead of taking you down, makes you struggle, but you go up. But wherever Ketu is placed, you have a natural leadership quality there. They're like, you know what, I got this. I know exactly how it needs to be organized and stuff. But Saturn's position has to be there to support that. Saturn has to be exalted or in its own sign with Ketu or in Aquarius or aspect to Ketu in order for that leadership quality of Ketu to come out. Otherwise, Ketu is just going to hold it back. And he's going to say, well, I know all this stuff, but I don't really care for it. Don't give me a leadership position. Don't put me in the limelight or spotlight. I don't really care for organizing things. I just want to be left alone. So it can be a very good position, but at the same time, it can be a very troublesome position too, depending upon how Ketu is placed. All right. So guys, this was my analysis of Ketu in the sign of Capricorn. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your south node of the moon Ketu is placed and if it's receiving an aspect or conjunction of Saturn, check out the link below. Check out my books there, Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunctions at the Speed of Light. And when you get these two books, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time with Ketu in Aquarius. Bye-bye.